Hi guys. So I wanted to cover everything that we've done so far in HTML. I'm going to start with phase one, what we did. The first thing we did was we went to our folder and we created a folder called HTML practice. Once we create that folder, we went in and we downloaded this HTML practice phase one document that we had content on, and this is the content. Once you download that content, you want to come over here to Visual Studio Code, and you want to go in and you want to open the folder, the HTML practice folder. You want to open that folder, and then you want to create a new text file. So you want to click here for it says select language. We want to type in HTML because this is the language that we're writing in. And we're going to paste that content from that page. All right. Once you get that content pasted, just go ahead and do a file save, and it should save in the folder, the HTML practice folder. So we want to name this file HTML practice phase one. Okay. And I already have some files in here that we've been practicing on in class, but I want to just let you see practice phase one. And you always put .html at the end of the file, because without this little extension right here, your file will not be saved right. So HTML practice phase one.html. All right, hit save. It is saved, and now we can continue to work. So we did talk about the meta set, the char set, which means that you're telling the computer to be able to read any type of character set that is we have out here in the English language that we're using online anywhere. And so that's what that's for. We also talked about the viewpoint, and this allows your content to be scaled to any device that is being viewed on. Smart watches, phones, iPhones, Androids, desktop, laptops, whatever. It'll be viewed for that, and it'll scale to that. All right, so as we started editing our content, the first thing we wanted to do was add some background. So to add some background color, we went right here into styles, into our body tag, and we add the style tag into the body tag. We type in styles, and we're going to choose color, background color. So once you do that, you just choose a background color. One of the things with this, you can go and use some of the codes that are online and just paste the code there. If you have a specific code color online that you would like to use, all you have to do is Google HTML background codes, and you can find a code, a specific color that may not be listed here. Copy that code. Instead of choosing one of these, you just paste that code right here. But for me, I'm just going to choose one of the colors we have here. All right. And now we have background color. To view this, we want to make sure we're saving all our changes. You can come down here and you can put on auto save. Just click the auto save button, and it will automatically save every time you edit it. But just to be sure that you are saving, you want to just go in and do file save. Now I got a check mark here. That means it's automatically saving. But if you're not sure, just hit the save button. It's going to update the changes for you. And then we're going to view what we've done so far. So we just go up here and go to run, and we start debugging. We're going to select our app because it's the first time we're opening it up since we created it. Okay. And if you're making changes, or if you open it for the first time during the day after you save it, if you're making changes for the first time since you closed it out the last time, again, you still have to come over here and make sure you're on Chrome. So far, this is what it looks like. I have a heading, and I have some content right here. I'm going to leave this open because I'm going to continue to view the change that I make. And you see how my page, whenever I make my page wider or smaller, you see how my paragraphs adjust to that. That's what this tag right here does, this viewpoint. It's going to adjust your content no matter what screen you're viewing on. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right there for now because I'm going to come back. I'm not going to close this out because I want to continue to view the changes that I made. So I'm just going to minimize that. All right, the next thing that we went in and we added, we started out with some basic style tags. Now, as I said before, we can add the style tag individually to any tag. If I want to come in here and just make this heading, particularly one style, one color, whatever, I can just add the style tag right here. Same thing with the paragraph. If I want to do individual paragraph, different sizes, different colors, different fonts, whatever, I can add the style tag individually to these tags. But that's not what we did in practice, and not what I want to do. I want to do some individual. I don't want to do individual. I want to do a set style for all my H1 headings. And if I add an H2 heading or H3 heading or H4, I want to identify those up here in my head tag so that no matter when I add another paragraph or when I add another heading or whatever, it's going to automatically be set. Now, again, as I said before, if you want individually to style each individual paragraph or each individual heading, H1 or H2 or 3, then once you add that heading or that paragraph, you just go in here and you add a style individually. But we're going to use the style tag up here. You just type in the word style. All right. And there's our style tag. Okay, my open style, my closed style. And in between here, I'm going to first set an H1 heading because I have an H1 heading in here. I know that I'm going to eventually add an H2 heading, so I'm going to go ahead and identify one for that one. And I have some paragraphs. I'm going to identify one for that for now. So for H1, I'm just going to do that. And we're going to use these brackets from now. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to choose a font style. I'm sorry. All right, so I'm going to go right here and I'm going to type in font. And when I type in font, I can see size, family, style. These are all different options for your fonts. You want to cap there. You can play with these on your own time if you want to. I'm not going to get into all detail with these, a little bit more advanced, but we're going to just choose. We're going to start out with size and family. So I'm going to start with size. I can do either large, small, medium, extra small, whatever. But we just, as a class, I told them just use PX because it's easier for you to put in pixel sizes versus any other size. And that's going to ensure your picture is always going to be the best quality. So I'm going to start out with, because this is my heading, I'm going to start out with maybe just say 50 pixel. Okay, PX. All right. And this works better for images, but we're going to use it for our heading size as well. Just keep it uniform. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go in, I'm going to type in font again, because this time I want to choose a font family. Font family is your style of writing. Again, there's some preset ones in here. And if you know of one that's not in here, you can just copy that font from another source and you can paste it here. It will receive that as well. So I'm just going to choose one and we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. All right. And then the next thing I want to do, I got size, I got a font style of writing. I want to add a color. So I'm going to type in color and I'm going to choose what color I want this font. Now, remember, my background color is this. So whatever font that I choose, I want to make sure that my background color will still be, the font will still be legible on my background color. All right, that's basically what I'm trying to say. You want to make sure that you can read your text, okay? So you can pretty much go with whatever color you want. If you want to just type a color in there, you can. I got this background color, so I'm going to choose something like maybe a blue or something. We'll see how that looks. So I got size, font style of writing. I have color. The other thing that I want to do is I want to do an alignment. Okay, text alignment. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to type in text and I want to choose align. Okay, if you want to add a text shadow, you can. You want to indent, you want to auto adjust your text size, adjust, whatever you want to do. You can play with these later and see how you can figure them out. I'm not going to get into them because, again, that's a little bit more advanced. But if you want to play with them later on your own time, you can. We're just going to choose align for right now. And once I align it, I can center and justify left to right. Because this is a heading, I'm going to tell it to take it to the left for mine. All right. So now that I have that in there, I've completed this for my H1 heading. So every time I add an H1 heading, remember H1 is the largest of your headings and H6 is your smallest. For this, I can change the size a little bit and edit them. I always want my H1 headings to be bigger than the other one. So I chose 50 for this one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and define my H2 headings and I'm going to define my paragraphs headings. So figure out what you want to do for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this in here quickly. All right. So I got my H2 heading, my paragraph settings, and I have font color. again, I want to make sure these colors coincide with my background that I've chosen. And if they're not, you want to adjust those to fit your background so that everything's legible and you can easily read your content. All right. I've gotten everything in here, text alignment. Uh, I got a font family. I got size. Now, what I don't have from my paragraph, I have not chosen a alignment. So for my paragraph alignment, I'm going to type in text, and I want to just text align, and I want to justify because I want my paragraphs to be even on both ends. So I'm gonna put justify for that. All right, and then we're gonna save our changes. All right, so we have a pre-style for H1s, a pre-style for H2 headings, a pre-style for paragraph. If I did a table, I can put in a pre-style for table. If I did a list, I can do a pre-style for list. If I do H3, I can do a pre-style for H3. So it just depends on what you know you're going to add to your page. And we will come back and we will be adding some pre-styles for our tables. And you can do a list pre-style or even a link. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and this is what you should have for phase one. We're going to save changes, and then we're going to run this again. Remember, I had my pre-page here. I'm just going to come over here and refresh, and here we are. And as you can see, this is what it looks like so far. So at this point, you would just save your changes, and you will submit this file from here. You will submit this file right here, HTML practice phase one. You will submit this file into your Canvas assignment for this HTML practice phase one. All right, guys, we're gonna stop there and we'll pick back up with what we've done with phase two.